Well, even if you aren't a direct currency trader, even stock traders, option traders, and futures traders are watching the U.S. dollar for signs of what it may do and how it affects other markets. Our guest is here to talk about that today, Ed Ponsi. Ed, thanks for being here.
Great to be here, Tim.
All right, so if I'm watching the U.S. dollar and I'm a stock trader, for example, why is the U.S. dollar important to me?
Okay, great question, because if you think about it, right, what we heard recently is that the federal government in the U.S., the Fed, is going to print more money and try to get this economy moving. And how they do that? They're going to print money, and they're basically going to push money out into the banks and hope that the banks lend that money out to individuals and small businesses. But the problem is you can't really control where it goes. Some of that money will inevitably end up in the stock market, in gold, and in other commodities. And so you're seeing right now commodities prices are rising, stock prices have been rising, at least in the early part of September they have been. And this is for a reason, is they're pricing in this huge influx of cash that's about to come into the market.
All right, so we see money coming into the stock market. Is that the only reason we've seen the equity markets increase here?
Probably not. There's always other factors. But I just want to point out, in 1999, we were all afraid of Y2K. Right? We're all afraid that all the computer systems were all going to crash. And what did the Fed do? Greenspan actually pumped money into the system, which is exactly what Bernanke's doing today. And by pumping money into that system, they were hoping to keep the liquidity going and the lending going. But amazingly, the NASDAQ went up 85% that year. So inevitably, you can't really control where that money goes. And some of that money is going to end up in the stock market. And I think what you're seeing, you're probably going to see a very good rally in stocks perhaps for a couple of months, pricing in this huge amount of money that's about to come onto the scene. And you're also seeing it in commodities. You're seeing the price of gold and silver are hitting new highs. Stocks are going up. Everything's going up except the dollar. The dollar is shrinking, and therefore it costs more dollars to buy gold. It costs more dollars to buy a share of Apple. It costs more dollars to buy a share of Google, and on and on.
All right, so if I am a U.S. dollar trader, what currency pair should I be looking at to take advantage here, and how should I play it?
Okay, well, I'm a trend guy, Tim. I mean, I'm always about going with the trend. So if the dollar is weak, I have to short the dollar. So I'm going to look for something strong. And really, what's been strong recently is the Swiss franc. The Swiss franc's been tremendous over the past several months. It's done a very good job against the U.S. dollar. It's actually under parity last time I checked. Switzerland has a very well-run economy. They're not intervening right now the way that some others are in the markets. So I kind of like the dollar-yen. My target for the end of the year was parity, but we've already hit that. So now I'm looking for around the 96 area on dollar Swiss.
Ed, thanks for your time.
My pleasure.